The city of Grand Rapids has selected a new police chief. Good evening, I'm Brian Sterling.
And I'm Marley Ginter. The decision was announced less than 2 hours ago. And tonight we're hearing from the city manager and the new chief himself.
We begin with the new chief and what he says he has planned when he takes over in little more than a week.
My first order of business will be to come in and listen. There's a lot of talent in the Grand Rapids Police Department. I respect the institutional history. I want to hear from the men and women, both sworn and civilian, what I can do to help them make the department an even greater department.
24 Hour News 8's Tom Hillen spoke with the city manager about what made Chief Rahinsky stand out among the 4 finalists.
And Tom joins us live tonight from outside City Hall. Tom?
Well, Brian and Marley, this decision came sooner than what we had expected it to from City Manager Greg Sundstrom, and he said that it was a very difficult decision for him to make. Sundstrom said that David Rahinsky came to Grand Rapids very prepared, saying that he knew a lot about the city and the department from the get-go. He also said he felt that community was very supportive of him. Sundstrom said he was extremely happy with how involved the community got and said that that was a big role in his decision-making. The 2 biggest issues that the new chief will face are the lack of diversity in the department right now and the fact that neighborhood associations want more community policing.
I think the community is ready. Neighborhood associations have made this very clear to me. You know, they don't want a community policing model only 40 hours a week. They'd like to see it around the clock if possible. That's going to take resources, and so I'll be working with the new chief to see what we can do.
City Manager Greg Sundstrom said that Chief Rahinsky's first day on the job here in Grand Rapids will be July 7th. Live in downtown Grand Rapids, Tom Hillen, 24 Hour News 8.
Chief David Rahinsky will be the city's 21st police chief when he takes over. He has been a police officer since 1989, starting his career in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He moved to Franklin, Tennessee in 2006 as deputy chief and then became the police chief in 2011. Franklin's a suburb of Nashville at about 68,000 people. Franklin's population slightly smaller than that of the city of Wyoming. At 5, we spoke again with the new chief, and I asked him about that.
We need to reach out to the communities, obviously, and Grand Rapids has done a great job at doing so. The earlier we can reach out to the elementary schools, the middle schools, and start building those relationships from an early age to start mentoring the next generation of Grand Rapids police officers.
And again, as Tom Hillen reported, Chief Rahinsky will start in Grand Rapids July 7th.